Narrative with Jabu. Y'all see my wife is not here today, but yo, we have a guest. We have Mr. Ricky Jones Jr. from the
Yo,
Jones
yo.
Family Podcast. What's going on, bro?
Hey, all is well. All is well. Can't complain. Enjoying these Joburg streets just like you.
Yo, these streets is crazy, man.
Well,
What's
depends
let
on
me
what streets you on.
yeah. So since you started with that, what do you
Mhm.
love about these Joburg streets?
Man, I love the people. First off, the people. People are magnificent. They are amazing. They are loving. They are helpful and accommodating all at the same time, right? And that was something that I wasn't expecting or even heard about. I heard how beautiful, Safari is and different things like that. However, the people aspect of Johannesburg wasn't necessarily portrayed to me as I get to experience. So I love that. Like, that's my number one thing, the people.
So what was your thoughts before you got here about what we was told about Africa, not South Africa in particular, just in
Yeah.
Africa in general?
Yeah, yeah. And so I've actually had the opportunity of coming to the continent a couple of times before moving here. And so back when we were living in Tampa, my wife and I, we did a lot of missions trips. And so I've been to Kenya twice. I have been to Port Elizabeth, South Africa. And so I had an idea of what Africa was actually like. And I will say the first time I came, I was surprised. Like, whoa, this is what's here, as opposed to what I wasn't told that was here or what expectations and all those things.
Yeah.
But actually coming, I was like, this is nice. And but I will say, Kenya is different than South Africa. However, the two are a sight to behold at the same time.
You said Kenya?
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't. We flew into Kenya, but never got a chance to
Uh,
actually go in the streets and meet the
oh,
people. And yeah,
oh, it's
the
yeah.
only
No, it's
place
a
the only
vibe.
place we've been to so far is uh, we've been to Tanzania. My
Uh huh.
wife been to Zanzibar.
Yes.
I've been to Zambia,
Mhm.
and that of course, like Cape Town and Durban.
Yeah.
We did all that.
Yep.
But other than
Wow.
that, we haven't really got a chance to get out there yet. And the thing is, that
Okay.
was our intentions from the beginning, was to to travel the continent for the first year. But
Okay.
but yeah, but it changed really quickly because
I don't know if it's my side or your side, but it's froze. You froze on me. So it's just me, y'all? Am I the only one in this live right now? Well, if I'm the only one, I'm gonna go ahead and rock the live. What's up, beautiful people? I'm gonna go to the chats, right? Shouts out to my mother, post it and waiting. I see you, mother. Y'all let me know if I'm the only one in the chat right now. Oh, it is my show. Okay, so we here, and I'm gonna just speak to the people in the chat. So, what's up, beautiful people? Doc, Nikki, and Carla, what's up to you? Hope you're doing well. I know y'all not far, so hopefully I'm not making too much noise that y'all disturb. That's all I'm gonna say, right? Miss Smith, shouts out to you. Hopefully, what is it? Noon in Valdosta right now. So hopefully you had a good lunch or lunch is back. I see he's back. So I'm gonna go ahead
hey
and fall
yo,
back.
so you know what I like what you did just now? Like you did like what Beyonce did. Beyonce fell off the stage and she kept acting like she ain't fall off the stage. Remember that?
Yes, yes, you gotta keep
Yo,
going. You gotta keep
yo,
going.
Ricky, this is one of the downfalls of living in the hills in South Joburg.
Mm.
The internet is iffy, man. It's iffy.
So the
This
views
is
are
this
nice,
is
but
one
the
of
internet doesn't do you right.
yes. Oh my God, y'all, I am so
Yeah.
sorry for that. Yo, Ricky, what's a Easter egger?
Here in Johannesburg.
No, and
Oh,
and
just
where
in
you
general.
from? Yeah, where you're
Oh,
from.
okay,
What's the
so
Easter
for
egg?
so that's like Easter egger is something that is like put on a screen or in a video that you don't necessarily look for, but if it's there, like it's like a subliminal message, or like it was intended to be seen, but you had to look for it to see it.
Okay, so I went back and I did some research on your old podcast, and
Okay.
when you had chickens, you had a colorful chicken. You called them an Easter egger.
Oh, that's totally different. So context is everything. But
Yeah,
Easter
you
egger
messed the whole answer
chicken.
up.
You know what I'm saying? I gave you two. So this is the second answer of an Easter egger, right? So Easter egger chicken is one that lays different color eggs. And so, truth be told, brown chickens lay brown eggs, white chickens lay white eggs. Is the egg color doesn't mean anything necessarily, but other than the type of chicken that actually laid it. So Easter eggers can lay light blue eggs, pink eggs, green eggs, and different color eggs. So that's a Easter egg chicken. Yeah.
So why shouldn't you wash your eggs off?
You shouldn't, because they come out already protected. They have a coating around them that allows for them to stay out of like refrigeration, or just think back, right? Refrigerators and freezers, they're not, ancient things. They're of the new. And so back in the day when eggs were laid, the chickens also had a coating around them that allowed for them to be out and about and you can truly leave an egg out as soon as it's laid for like a year. But when you wash it, you have to refrigerate it before you eat it. And so, there's that beautiful thing that God did as it pertains to eggs, chickens, and South Africa gets it. And so here, you definitely should wash your eggs before you use your eggs.
Really?
Yes, because they have the coating on them, and they also have some other things on them as well. They've been lightly dusted, I would say that. If you look at the eggs, you'll see some particles on them, and you don't have to use too much of your imagination to figure out what it is.
What the particles are?
Exactly.
Wow. So how many eggs can a chicken hatch?
And a what?
You had 10. You had 10 chickens. How
At a
many would they
time, yep.
hatch?
I would get 10 a day. They would lay
One per
lay an
chicken?
egg a day. Correct. One per chicken, one per day. Unless
Wow.
the situations were stressful and different, it's a lot of variables that can go into it. However, on average, you'll get one a day.
Okay.
So I had a lot of
Okay.
eggs, needless to say,
Wow.
when
Wow. I
everybody else
love
didn't
eggs.
have eggs
I love
because they
eggs.
was too expensive.
So you said you went on missions and you went to all these
Yep.
other places. You said Ghana,
Hmm.
you said Kenya.
In Port Elizabeth, South Africa, Bahamas, United Kingdom, um, Aruba was the first one actually, and yep, those were predominantly in the
Okay.
Bahamas though.
So for Ghana and Kenya, how come you chose South Africa over Ghana and Kenya?
So I've never been to Ghana, right? And
Over
so we
Kenya.
haven't been there. However, yep, Kenya and Port Elizabeth, South Africa. Those were the two places on the
Right.
continent that we had been to. And so we chose, or I would say Johannesburg was chosen for us because it was a time in which I was in prayer. I knew a shift was going to occur in life, and I just felt like something needed to happen. Something was going to happen. So in prayer, I was just, talking to God, and believe I heard to move to Johannesburg. And so I sat on that for a little bit, and because that's a move, right? That's not down the street, that's not up a
Right.
hill, that's not change a
Yeah.
job, that's like move a whole nother
A
continent.
whole
And so I
continent.
sat on it. Correct. And upon praying again, like, was this really what I was hearing? And yeah, that's what God had said. And so I told Crystal, she was like, let's do it. Because Crystal,
Wow.
she's a mover. Like, to know her is to know she don't want to stay in a place for too long. And so I said, well, hold on, before we actually make the move, let's go visit. And so we visited once, and loved it, fell in love with it, and visited again just to see where we would stay and different things like that. And it's a joyous experience ever since, truthfully.
Yeah. I agree. I agree,
Yeah.
100%. Wow, that's what's up, man. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about the Grammys?
As far as that's a broad question.
Um, do you think
I don't
black
want to
folks should
Easter
care
egger
about
the
the?
situation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you think black folks should worry about the Grammys?
Should worry. That's another strong word. So, do I think so? Hmm. I guess I would have to understand what you mean by worry. However, I would say that the Grammys does give a nice platform and opportunity for people, right? No matter what race, what color, it gives them a platform to be seen, to be heard, and usually in cases where they wouldn't be. And so I believe the Grammys is a great marketing opportunity for anyone, whether they win or whether they nominated. Now, should they weigh their whole career on if they won a Grammy or if they were nominated for a Grammy? I don't think so. I think there's other metrics, other ways to be able to say, whether or not your career was great, and having a Grammy or not having a Grammy shouldn't be. And so, is it a great tool? Absolutely. I actually have a
Mhm.
friend that just won, well, two friends that won two Grammys this time. And so I could only imagine what's about to happen to their careers. However, I'm
Yeah,
cheering for them, happy for them, just as much as they were when they were on
yeah,
stage
because
taking the
you're
Grammys.
right. Because definitely when you get a Grammy, your stock goes up, your money
It
value
goes up,
goes up,
goes up immediately. You
skyrockets,
know what I'm saying?
skyrockets. Yeah,
Correct. And now you are Grammy Award winning X,
yeah,
right? And so
yeah.
it does help. It's an aid and it is a part of the whole music culture. So for sure.
Because at one point, a lot of the big black celebrities boycotted the Grammys because they
Hmm.
wasn't doing the black artists correct. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like for
Hmm.
instance,
Yep.
Beyonce got the most Academy Award winners, and
Yep.
she's never had Album of the
Album of
Year.
the year. Hmm.
You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So I personally believe that we should worry about our BET awards or
Hmm.
the things that we control
Okay.
more than what white folks control.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
that's just my opinion. Because I'm for
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
for
yeah.
us. I'm for us.
Gotcha.
You know,
Gotcha.
you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't know, like this whole Taylor Swift and Beyonce thing.
Okay.
Have you heard about that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No,
You
I
know,
love Kanye, right? Kanye was in the middle of it. So of course I was present.
yeah, but see, that was like 5 years ago. But I mean the newest
Correct.
one with the like
Oh.
what's going on now.
No, I didn't know
Shannon
it
Shannon
resurfaced.
Shannon Sharp came out a couple days ago and said Taylor Swift moves the needle more than Beyonce.
Okay. And what was the rest of the context? Because if it's talk
That
about
was basically
NFL,
it was the NFL because she's dating
right. Kelsey.
Kelsey something
Correct.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he was wrong for that because he's belittling our sister.
Okay.
You might think that, but just because you think it, that doesn't mean you got to say it on national TV.
That is true. That is true.
You know what I'm saying?
You definitely
So
don't have to. But then
right,
again, we also have to put it in context, right? And so maybe that's the theme of today's conversation, the context. But I say that because Taylor Swift is present as it pertains to the NFL. Beyonce isn't. However, when Beyonce did her halftime show, oh my goodness, people from
it was
all over
crazy.
was watching just to watch the halftime show. And
Mhm.
so in the year of Beyonce's halftime show, Taylor Swift was irrelevant. However, right now, Taylor Swift is relevant. Beyonce is not even in the picture. She's not in any ads. I haven't seen her in any games. So, of course, this year, nobody's talking about Beyonce in the NFL because she's not there. Taylor Swift is. So it's all, it's fun. It's fun at the end of the day.
It is, and I also believe that because America's 70% white folks.
Uh-huh.
How can she really win that? Because the odds is
Ah,
already stacked against you because it's
gotcha.
the porcelain young lady, the young porcelain young lady. It's 70% of them.
Gotcha. Right, right, right. And then I mean, it's all opinions at the end of the day. It's
Yeah,
opinions too, as it
yeah.
pertains to who wins the awards and tomato, tomato. But if the
Tomatoes,
room
tomatoes.
favors one side, then there it is.
Yeah, I
Maybe we
got
should
you.
get more of us in the room. That
You're
could be a
right. You're right.
conversation too.
You're right. You're right. What do you think
That's
about
to me
Taylor
too.
winning the Grammy?
She won one?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, I didn't see it. I didn't see. I didn't see the
Yes.
Grammys. I didn't see the Grammys.
No,
I
I
only
didn't
saw my
watch it
friends
either.
won. Okay. Well, I mean,
But
what did she
Taylor
win? What category?
for South African artist, something like that. First, and it's the first
Oh,
Taylor. Yeah,
that.
Water.
Yeah. Okay, I
Yeah.
was still on Taylor Swift. My bad. So yes,
Oh
well,
no, no, no. I'm talking about
congratulations.
the South African artist Taylor.
That's it. I congratulate her again. It's
Yeah,
about to go up. It's up from
yeah.
here. And I
And
mean, obviously,
she
South
beat
Africa's on
some
the map.
big names, bro. She beat
Mm.
Burna Boy. She beat
Oh,
that guy from Nigeria, Davido.
okay. I definitely know
She
him.
beat
I've seen him.
some big names, man.
Wow.
So
That's what's up. Girl power, South Africa power.
South Africa stand up for that.
That's it. We won
Definitely,
again.
definitely. South Africa stand up for that. Yo, what's the best thing besides the people you like about Joburg?
I would say the opportunity. So, of course, we're here with our kids, right? And so everything that we do involves our kids. And I say that to say all of the various options and opportunities we have to do life with them here is so much more than we were able to do in Tampa or even Atlanta. And so, like, I love it. Like, I love that because we can go to restaurants and they don't just have to sit at the table. They can go and play or do other things, right? And so
Mhm.
the restaurants are amazing, but then as well, like the food is awesome.
Very.
And oh, I love it. I love it. And a lot of things I wasn't eating in the States, I'm starting to eat now. And then as we
Like
do
what?
channels and videos, so beef. I wasn't eating beef at all. I probably stopped 4 years ago. And
Wow.
but now I've had a steak at Callisto's. Love it. Oh, I'm gonna do it again. I wanted to take Crystal to date tomorrow, but she went and got that for dinner tonight. So I'm gonna start eating more things too, though, like South African traditional cuisine.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, we're
So
gonna see. What have you had?
as far as food,
Yes, that's like authentic South African cuisine that you would recommend me to start off with.
mm, you have marble
Because
pudding yet?
yes, that's like the dessert, right?
The cake, yeah.
Yes, I've had that.
That is the bomb.
No, that's amazing. But I think that's like cheating. Like that's you know what I'm saying. Like you put sugar on anything, I think you're gonna be all right.
What else? What else? I like the cream spinach.
Okay.
Yeah,
I have to try that.
really, and I'm not a big vegetable eater, but when I first got here, a guy that we met at the hotel we stayed in, he picked us up.
Hmm.
He took us somewhere in Four Ways to a restaurant, and
Okay.
he ordered cream spinach. I ordered, I normally something that I know that I always like, chicken and fries,
Yes,
and
can't go wrong with that.
you can't go wrong with that. So he bought whatever he bought, and he had some cream spinach, and he slid it over to me and said, "Taste it." And I'm sitting there like, I don't know about that. But
Huh?
he put it on my plate, so I had to taste it.
You
And
had
ever
to.
since then, I was hooked. Ever since then,
Okay, say less.
yeah,
I'm gonna try it
yeah,
this weekend.
and
Hopefully, I can
definitely
find it.
and definitely Bry, definitely Bry.
Yes, yes. I haven't been to one, but I will, and I'm gonna take it all in.
It's the best, man. It's the best. So you've been here now for what, 6 months?
Yes. Yep. 6 months. Yes, sir.
So if Joe Berg don't work out, where you gonna go at? And if what would be your second option?
Second option if Joe Bird doesn't work out. I don't see, first of all, I would say I don't see why it wouldn't work out. And so that's, that let's start there. However, where else would I want to live? I think that's another way that I can answer the question. And so I would as well be open to living in Dubai or Australia or Singapore. I really would want to live in Singapore. And I don't know if I'm talking to myself or just to the people that are viewing because you look frozen. And I think you are frozen. So I'm going to start talking back to the people in the comments. Hello, beautiful people. Hope y'all are doing well, doing great. All boom shakalaka, Miss Moore. think we about to be back, y'all. Uh-oh, I see Dot Nikki say we premiere tonight. Glad, Dot. On the YouTube, apply to you, Dot Nikki. You know what I'm saying? Y'all show Dot Nikki some love because they've had content. However, time has avoided them the opportunities to edit all that content. And so thankfully they are back on the YouTube, which we all family at the end of the day. So boom shakalaka, he is back. Great people.
No, man,
he
these mountains are horrible, man.
It's all right. It's for the view though. The view is everything because y'all had a view.
Is everything.
The view.
Yo,
so I was answering your question by saying, you were saying if Johannesburg doesn't work out, what would be the next option? Which I got you. And I was saying that, I mean, Johannesburg has it all, right? From, like I said, good people, great food, restaurants, great educational system for the kids. However, if I was to live somewhere else, I would want to do Singapore, Australia, and Dubai. Like those are like other places internationally that I would want to live in.
Have you been to either three of those yet?
I haven't. I have not. And so I'm gonna visit with the intent to see what's really going on. Like, of course, I've been watching videos and different things like that, but it's nothing like being boots on the ground to see what's really going on.
Yeah, Singapore. I've never been to Singapore, but I've been to Dubai. Dubai is very nice, but very, very. I've been there 3 times. Very, very nice, but very, very expensive.
Okay, gotcha. So you got to come prepared. You got to come ready.
Yes, yes, you do.
I'm ready.
Hey, did you think your page is going to blow up as fast as it did? Your YouTube channel? You blew up fast, bro.
It's been some time. We've been at YouTube for 5 years now. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm talking about as far as your essay content.
Gotcha. No, I definitely didn't expect it to do what it did, which is cool all at the same time, because even while we were living in the States, you can see, how you can see the analytics. And there were a lot of people in SA even watching us while we were doing USA things. So I think, that was a part of it. But then as well, when you talk about the beauty of the country and all the people started to tune in. And so, and it's cool how I've been interacting with various South African brothers and sisters here, and they say how the channel gives them the opportunity to see things that they may usually not see. And I was like, oh, I didn't think about it like that. And so, it's cool.
Seems like you can't go nowhere, Richard. Seem like you can't go nowhere, bro.
What happened? What happened? There is no second. You can't run away. I ain't running away. Let's let that be known. I'm not running away. This is definitely home. So much so, I'm gonna say this, right? And this will be a hurt here first. It's so much so home that I was even looking up homes to buy last night. Like I was looking them up because right now we're renting and feel comfortable renting because it's the ease and all of those things.
Yeah.
However, I was looking at homes. I'm like, man, like
that's what's up.
This would be nice.
We do that all the time. Well, I do that all the time.
Yeah. It felt good. I ain't gonna lie to you. It felt good.
You're right. So you know what the big 5 is, right?
Animal wise.
Yeah, animal wise.
Yes. Okay.
If you can pick one to describe yourself, which one would it be?
I'm gonna say a lion.
Why?
Because that was one of the animals that was used to describe Jesus. And so to be a follower, I'm gonna be like him. But beyond that, right? Beyond the spiritual and the truth, I would add to that because a lion is territorial, right? Which I am about my family. I love my family. I love my kids. I love my wife. And so, if somebody try to come against, it's gonna be a problem. But at the same time, I'm cool and calm, just as the lion is as well. Like oftentimes you'll see them sitting in the shade until it's time to hunt, until it's time to, conquer new territory. And I'm like that too. I'm a chill kind of guy. I like being at home. Most often, I love being at home. And so, when it's time to go, I'm ready to go. But when it's time to chill, I'm ready to chill too. So I would go for a lion.
Okay. So not the lion. They kill another male lion.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey.
It is what it is.
It can only be one male in the pack. You know what I'm saying? And so,
Right.
but that's just like male too. If you have a son, it come a time where that son gonna have to go and fly. That son can't be in the house no more. They gonna.
So you're from Florida. What is this? Huh?
I'm actually from Georgia, but we moved from Florida. We were living in Florida, Tampa, Florida, before we moved here.
Okay. So, well, now I got two questions for you. Give me a Georgia slang and a Florida slang.
Okay. Wow.
Something that'll make us think like, you don't know any? You know how I'm from South Carolina.
Okay.
You know, so you know, if you step on the crack, you're gonna break your back. You know, some stupid stuff like that.
Yes.
Like that.
Yes. Them old wives' tales. Gotcha.
Yes.
Atlanta, man.
Want me to come back to that one while you think about it?
Yeah, we're gonna come back to that. Because I lived in the suburbs, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't really have much of that life. But yeah, we can come back to it.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I see what Doc Nikki said in the comments with the animal.
Stacy, oh my God. See, that's why I don't, you know what? I'm not going to make this about Nikki. And it's burning me not to say something, but I'm going to be the nice guy today. Woo. Oh my God.
Oh, snap.
So, you know, 2 weeks ago,
right now.
2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, the big talk around the industry was Cat Williams.
Yes.
I know you've seen the interview, right?
I saw that. I saw the whole thing.
That was spicy. What do you think about that?
Oh, I mean, it was rather interesting, right? And so with that, it comes the idea of, do you go fact check? You go fact check what he's saying, or you just take him at his word? And so at this time, I haven't gone and fact check everything he said. However, I am anticipating people coming on to clear their name. And so if I don't, that's what I'm here for. I want to see people clear their name. However, he was throwing out a lot of haymakers, a lot of bombs.
But you know what? No one said he was lying.
That is true. Other than Ludacris. Ludacris did say he lied, but then he made a song and kind of like threw us off. So you're right. You're right.
He threw a lot of celebrities under the bus. But Luda, you're right. Luda's the only one that actually said, like, nah, man, that wasn't true.
Correct. Right. So I don't know, but a lot of times those celebrities, they're behind publicists, and it's not just them anymore. And so maybe they can't say, maybe they can't put out a tweet or something. So, you always just wait and see what's really going on, but then wait to hear from their mouths too. So that's the other side of show business.
Monique dropped one yesterday.
I only saw a clip on not Twitter, but TikTok. And I saw DL comment and said she was lying. So I don't.
It's so much messiness going on in the U.S.
It's made a turn. The Shake Club Shay has made a turn.
He got podcast of the year, right? For 2023. I
saw that. Yes. And
Joe Rogan had it the last couple of years.
Wow. And that says a lot, because Joe Rogan pulls a crowd and he pulls names. So shouts out to Shannon Sharp. He's done. And Cat Williams said.
Once Cat dropped, Joe Rogan came out and said, I need to get him on my podcast.
I bet he did. But Cat being Cat, he gonna decide whether or not he want to do it or not. So to be determined.
Yeah. What's so appealing about South Africa to Black Americans?
What's so appealing, man? I would say
we never heard anything positive. We never heard any. All America knew about South Africa pretty much was Mandela, apartheid. Mm-hmm. We didn't know what we know now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because Black folks are coming here in large numbers now. Whether it's business, vacation, So what's so appealing? And not to mention, we are a part of that movement also.
Correct.
Aside, Even Nikki, you know, I don't like to talk about her, but even Nikki plays a part in that. You know, Big Spooter. We all are part of that movement. But what do you think, besides us talking about it, us showing pictures that made, you know, Black Americans want to actually visit the continent?
Yeah, I think in large part it's because of what's taking place in America, right? So we first have to start there. And a lot of people are getting fed up, tired of it, and frustrated with the various things, be it legislation, be it talk of the town, be it brutalities or whatever, whatnot. They're getting tired of that. And so they're looking for something different, something new. And, you know, oftentimes people would go to other like Caribbean islands and things like that. But now with social media being prevalent, YouTube popping off, the whole move back to Ghana. And so now like the continent is starting to be in people's mind. And now saying, what's really going on the continent of Africa? And so, you know, now, like I said, with social media popping off the way it is, people are seeing what's actually here. And I think that's the key part. Once people see what's here, what the infrastructure looks like, what the food looks like, what housing looks like, you know, hospitals and things like that, the core things, then they say, okay, maybe I'll make a visit. Maybe I can be safe. And, you know, it's something great about being around people that look like you too. And so that's a fun thing. However, at the end of the day, people are tired and sick and tired of America, and they looking elsewhere.
You know, for us, it started with the year to return, like you said, in Ghana.
Okay.
And that we was going to move there, but then we started doing our research on the infrastructure, and it was a bunch of stuff that just wasn't suitable for us.
Correct.
You know, and then I have a cousin named Wayne. He was coming back and forth here for the past 10, 15 years. And he said, before you make any, he was way ahead of the game. And
way
he said,
ahead, 10, 15 years.
Before you make any decisions, go visit South Africa. So prime COVID in May of 2021, I believe, we came here. But before we came here, we was looking at the real South Africa, all their videos. And I was just, shout out to those guys too. I was just consumed with their videos. And mentally, we had already moved here before we visited. That's how strong their content was for a lot of Black Americans, because all we could do was, at that time, was really sit home and look at YouTube.
Gotcha. You know Yep.
So I was just consumed. I would see videos and I would send it to my wife, and she'll watch whatever she got around to watch it. We booked that flight. After like 2 days, it was like confirmation.
That's it.
You know, it didn't take long at all. Confirmation was done.
Yep. Because you feel it immediately. And let me ask you this: what area did you come to when you visited for the first time? What area did you stay in?
Sandton.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, yeah. So I mean, you can't help but to come around here and say, "Oh,
yes."
Oh,
so
I didn't know.
The first trip was 3 weeks in Sandton in May, in April. Then we came right back the same year in December. December trip was a little different though, because the April trip was about safaris and, you know, getting to know Joburg and, you know, all the ins and the outs. The December trip was mainly about everyday life. You know, don't make no plans, go to the grocery store, you know, make breakfast, you know, just, you know, be a part of
living real life.
Yes. And it was like, yo, this is nice, man. We can do this. She caught COVID. So I had to leave her and go back to the family, you know,
in
back
the States.
in the States. Yeah. Because we at the time we had teenagers. Can you imagine what they was doing in the house by themselves for 3 weeks?
No. I've been a teenager before, and I don't want to go back there. I don't want to go back there. My mom is watching.
Oh, so you're saying you don't want to tell them yourself all these years later?
I'm just saying, let's just, you know, I don't want to imagine what your kids were doing.
So and then we got back like the first week of January of 2022. And then we moved December of 2022. Just that fast.
Yeah. No, it's to
1
your
year,
point.
bro.
It doesn't take long.
It doesn't take
You're
long.
right. You're right.
It doesn't
We
take
visited
long.
for the first time October 2022, and we came back February 2023, and then we moved here August 2023. And so, to your point, it doesn't take long. And I look like his internet went back out again. But at the end of the day, it doesn't take long, great people. So if you are looking to make the move to Johannesburg, South Africa, as you can see, as you make the visits, as you come to see the lay of the land, it's going to feel like home, no matter which part you may find yourself in, whether it's Sandton like them or Rosebank like us, or other areas for other people. Like it's a beautiful thing, right? And so let me see what my brother Tim Black says, because I know my brother Tim Black. I don't think South Africa will be that big of a culture shock. Nope. And I really don't want to give up the conveniences I would have give up in some other African countries. So very true, right? And so the beauty of South Africa is that you can relocate here and feel like you were back at home. The only thing you really will miss, if that, are some restaurants, right? And so like Chick-fil-A is not here, different things like that. But there are foods here that will make you say, I'm happy that I'm here, right? You're going to tap into that Rocco Mamas and different things like that, and you're going to have a good time, right? And so to your point, Tim, you're right. South Africa feels like what we are used to and accustomed to back at home, and then some. Truth be told, it's another level as far as technology is concerned. Going into different residencies and neighborhoods, I'm like, whoa, they have face scanners, hand scanners, and different things like that. It's not like that in the States, but boom shakalaka.
You know what I gotta do? After this is over with, I gotta go back and see what you were saying
Hey,
in the
I got you. This became our stream. When you put my face on it, it became us. And so I got you.
I need to change this to the Jabu and Ricky podcast. Oh my God.
It's all good. We in there. We was rolling. I was rolling with what Tim said, which he made a good point. He, says that coming here, it will give him an opportunity not to give up a lot of conveniences and things that he's accustomed to back in the States. And I was like, he's so true. That is so right. And so to your point of even thinking about moving somewhere else as opposed to here, like, because I haven't been to Ghana, but I heard that even some of the drinking water, you can't necessarily drink out the tap, or like, brushing your teeth, you have to use water bottles. That's not a thing here. And so there's that.
Yeah, that was some of the things that deterred us.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning, Ghana was the hot spot. All the celebrities, T.I.,
it still is.
And I got a few emails saying that people in Ghana like upset that they didn't know about South Africa. But what happened is, but the thing is this though, they are so invested that they got businesses, bought houses, so they just can't get up and leave and come here because they see our podcast and how we're living and enjoying life and drinking clean water,
Come on.
Infrastructure is good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they like, damn, man.
Yeah.
I wish I had
known. A lot of things to do. Yep. Correct.
Every day but I mean, something to do.
Yeah. Yep. But I think to your point that you've already mentioned, us doing our part, showcasing and showing what's actually here is aiding people as they are making the search. And so, yes, Ghana gets the forefront in the States for a lot of Americans that are looking to make the move on the continent. However, as we keep using our platforms to showcase what's here, it allows for others to know as well. So we'll keep doing our part.
Yeah. You plan on buying land here also?
I would love to.
Yeah,
I would love to, right? And so if you're speaking of land outside of the land under the home,
I'm
gonna say yes, right? And I'm gonna say yes because I am into gardening, as you saw, and I would love to be able to do certain things here. And so I think that'd be nice, but as well something to hand off to the kids as a legacy project.
Yeah. Interesting.
That'd be nice.
So you and your wife said, all right, moving to South Africa. When you told your parents, which one of your parents, your mom or your dad, was more like, Ricky, you ain't going nowhere? Which one?
Oh, of course, my mom. Of course, my mom. You should already know that. Of course, my mom. She want baby. Well, really, it wasn't even for me. It was for the grandkids.
The
You gonna take
grandkids.
the grandkids all the way over there? How long is that flight? What? Oh, I said, Mom, it's okay. It's okay. It's just, it's a flight. It's just a flight.
Right.
I just told her like that. It's a flight. But she was definitely that one that was like, hold on, wait a minute. But again, largely because it was them grandkids. I thought I was the reason why, but it was the kids. It was the grandkids. So yeah, but thankfully they've had the opportunity to come and visit, and they will be back again. And so she knows it's not bad, because even from Atlanta, it's a straight shot.
Yeah, definitely. But before my wife said, "Do you miss the farm life?" Before you answer that, and I forgot what I was going to say.
Go ahead and answer that. That was her first name, or that was y'all last name.
Yep, that's
now
both.
It's known.
That's both.
It's known now. It's Ariel, okay. But do I miss the farm life? There's sometimes yes, and then sometimes no. And I would say the yes because it was fun. It was fun putting seeds in the ground and watching things come up and be able to care for them, nurture them, and give them the different things that they need to be able to provide. And so that was nice. But then the no, because it was a lot of work. You can't neglect it. It's like a baby that never grows up. Like, you have to tend to it daily. And so I don't miss the work required with it. However, I definitely do miss the fun of watching things grow. Like, it's amazing. It truly is. And it allows you to appreciate more things, even outside of that. And it was lessons on life, how it takes time. And it was so many things that grew, pun intended, from the garden, even outside of the food itself, that I will always have and cherish for life.
That's what's up. I remember what I was going to ask now. I saw the podcast with your parents.
Yes.
That was emotional, man. I posted it on my Facebook channel. This is probably the best podcast about South Africa that I've ever seen.
Oh wow.
Your mom's I don't cry too much, but I dropped a tear, bro.
Yeah, I can see you blinking hard right now. I see you blinking.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That was real. That's the thing I liked about it. It was real. I don't think it was scripted, and
no.
And I saw how your dad was looking at your mom's. He had to be proud, man. Like it was real.
Yeah. And I mean, it was all real because, again, back to the question of whether or not, it was my mom or my dad that had the reservations of us moving here. It was her, right? Of course, like I said, for the grandkids, but then as well for us being out here by ourselves in the unknown. And so for her to come here and to see how the love is here and, the different things that she was talking about, she was like, okay, as she was leaving, she was saying how she now feels comfortable with her kids and, myself and my wife, her kids and her grandkids living here and being here because she knows we're around good people. And so that was as well, that expression behind and the thoughts behind the tears and the words and the sentiment. So it was good. I had to catch myself, you know what I'm saying? Because oftentimes when she cried, I'd be like, hold on, wait a minute. I can't. Yeah. And so I will say, I didn't capture it, but on the send away, right? Like when they were leaving, I took them to the airport and all those things. And she did cry. She cried when, they were about to leave. And I shed a couple of tears too, because I was like, wow, like this was really good. It was their first time on the continent, first time, therefore, in this country. And so, to be able to share this experience with them, like, it was a beautiful moment. It was a beautiful thing. So, yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I know when you left the States, you had other friends and family besides your mom and dad that said they would come visit you. Do you believe they're going to really come visit you, man?
Some, yes. Actually, a good friend of ours, they booked a trip. They'll be here in a couple of weeks. And so I'm excited for that. And Crystal's people, they're coming too. And so, I'm thankful that I'm around people that not only speak words, but live up to the words that they say.
Into existence. I have no faith in not near one of the people that said they're gonna come. Starting from the top to the bottom.
Be more careful. Yeah, I do some friend searches for you, my brother.
Starting from the top to the bottom. I need better friends.
And it comes with time. It comes with time. Good things come with time, but go ahead.
And I understand why. I understand why, because it's more fun going to Mexico in 3 hours, or DR in 2 hours. Everybody's not equipped with that 16-hour flight.
That is true.
And I know that's the main reason. I know that.
Yeah.
But the Americans that are listening, y'all need to come here, man, because try to overthink that. Don't think about that for 16 hours. Think about the 17th hour. It's going to be life-changing. You know what I'm saying?
Bars. I wish you could put that down below. You know what I'm saying? You need to type that and then pin that. Don't think about the 16th. Think about the 17th. That's
think about the 17th, man.
That's true.
Because it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, I will say, even to add on to that point. That's it. With it, to your point, it all depends as well as your fight plan. And so I highly recommend people to do direct from Atlanta to Joburg, but then do it in the evening, whereas then you would sleep normally, right? And just sleep on the flight and, wake up and you have maybe 4 hours after that or so, right? But at the same, because you're going to get on the plane, you're going to eat a little bit, then you're going to go to sleep, then you're going to wake up maybe 2, 3, 4 hours and you're good to go. So that's it. Your wife said bars. See, I know who she is now.
Rick, I didn't know there was another flight. I thought all flights was late. You leave Atlanta. They got early flights now?
Yeah, some are early now, right? Because not all flights come from Atlanta. And still, if it's not like the direct flight, I believe the direct one is the evening flight. However, there are the other ones that go to London and things like that, and they get here all willy-nilly times of the day. So, you know what I'm saying? Helping yourself out. Do that direct flight, but make sure it's the evening jump off, and you'll be happy that you did. It won't seem as bad.
Yeah, because all our flights left at 9, 10 o'clock.
That's it.
And when we land, it's 6, 7 o'clock a.m.
Correct.
Yeah, you're right.
Here, yeah. But I will say, them broke up flights, I don't like them. You know what I'm saying? I get some people have to do them. However, those broken up ones, it was the worst. Because now, for example, we flew from Joburg to London, London to New York, New York to Tampa, I believe. I think that was the flight plan. It was the worst. Oh, I was miserable. I said at that moment, I don't know if I can move.
That only happened to us once. And that was during the COVID when there wasn't a direct flight. You know what I'm saying? So gotcha. We flew from Atlanta. We flew from Houston to Atlanta, Atlanta to Qatar to Joburg.
Okay.
Every other flight was direct from
Atlanta.
And you're gonna pay extra for that. You're gonna pay extra for that, but it's well worth it.
Worth it. Bag wise, peace of mind wise. Now, unless you do make a day out of the layover, so Qatar.
Right.
If you had 10 or so hours, all right, go have fun. But outside of that, it's not it.
I agree. What was the hardest part about it? The hardest thing to adapt to when you moved here? Not when you visited. When you moved, what was the hardest thing to adapt to?
Well, I mean, might as well talk about
and don't say load shedding.
I was about to say, okay. All right, cool.
That'd be the easiest answer.
Okay. I just want to make sure. that was out the way, because if I didn't say it, then it'd be coming for me, right? So, okay, boom. Not to say the load shedding. Outside of load shedding, what was a thing? Man, I definitely can't talk about the driving, because that's a adjustment, right? Driving and load shedding, I believe that's going to be the main things for everybody. And so outside of those things, I would say not getting fast foods that I was used to. And so I was heavy on Chick-fil-A. Prime example, I was heavy on Chick-fil-A. I was heavy on Chipotle back in the States, and a little bit on Subway, but I don't really tell people that. However, without those things being here, then I had to readjust. Like, okay, let me find something else. Let me find a new cuisine. Let me find a new restaurant that I could go to and get fast food. But then I realized that maybe I need to stop eating so much fast food. Like, just think about that, Ricky. And so with that thought, I started branching out into restaurants. And so largely because because this is the truth, I wouldn't eat at restaurants because we would spend too much money at restaurants. Because my wife, she liked to order. Like, she gonna order some stuff, a soup, an appetizer, a main course, a dessert. And I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. Like, let me get a water and a salad. You know what I'm saying? Or water and her leftovers. And so, but here, the dollar stretches a little bit more, so we can go to the restaurants and enjoy ourselves. And I don't have to look at her no type of way when she ordering what she wants. And so, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the truth. It's the truth. And so that was a thing that I had to make an adjustment from, the realization that fast food isn't necessarily the best food, and there are other options. And so it's been great.
So what's your favorite restaurant here?
Favorite restaurant, man. I had one, but it got bumped out because of the inconsistencies. It used to be Muchachos, but it's inconsistent depending on which one you go to. And so beyond that, I would say Rocco Mama's.
And you're in the Santon area, aren't you?
Yes.
My favorite place, you might laugh at me, but if you had it, you would understand. Rock and Roll.
Yes. I've been there for the buffet joint, the all-you-can-eat joint.
Rock and Roll is my favorite.
Facts. And he's muted. He's gone right then. So Rock and Roll, let me just explain it to you all. It's a like Asian cuisine type restaurant. And, you know, I looked at the menu, but for me, I don't like looking at menus. It's too many things, right? And so, but they have this all-you-can-eat option for 250 Rand per adult, 175 per child. And you can order as many sushis as you want, as many tempura rolls and different things like that as you want, and rice and noodles and different things like that as you want. And so for the Rock and Roll, definitely got to go to it. Definitely got to get it. For those who are like, where is this? It's right outside of the Leonardo. It's on the same street as the Leonardo. However, it's like if you come out the Leonardo, turn right, you'll be going to Santon City Mall. So not that. Turn left, and you're going to see it as you drive down the street, and it's going to be a bull right there. And then like on the sidewalk, it's like bull. And so right after the bull, you're going to see the Rock and Roll sitting back like in the cut. It'll be the best 250 Rand that you could spend. I tried to get Dr. Saw, so I'm gonna tell y'all this. I ain't see Dr. Saw in the comments, so you know what I'm saying, he can't defend himself. However, I invited Dr. Saw to that restaurant a couple of weeks ago when he did the food review of Callisto's, if you saw it on the channel, but he turned it down. He didn't want to go there. He wanted to go to Callisto. So, you know, he had the bad review of the bad rice and so forth and so on. But Rock and Roll, solid. So I ain't mad at him for picking that spot. And so if I was just to look at the latest comment, it was a little alien, but now I'm used to it. When I first got to Johannesburg, some people's English was hard to hear. Yeah. So we here.
Hey, yo,
Rock and Roll. Rock and Roll.
Hold on. I'm gonna tell you what just happened.
Okay.
When I asked you about when I said Rock and Roll, I guess you started running down the menu. My wife was in the back cracking up. And she ran all the way in the front and said, yo, this guy is up on here running down the whole menu of the Rock and Roll.
Because I love it too. I love it. That's a good spot.
How'd you forget about it then? How'd you forget about it?
Because I only went there once. And so, you know, I haven't had enough time to know if it's consistent. Because that's the thing about, you know, my people, my Johannesburg people, specifically Johannesburg, because I can't speak about other provinces. Food here can be inconsistent. You can have a good experience the first time, but you go back and you're like, wait, what happened? And so it's I can't put it up there because I haven't been there enough times.
Trust me, it's consistent. It's another place in Santon. I'm pretty sure you've been here. It's called Truffles at the Park.
I haven't. Where is that?
Woo.
You said it's where?
Truffles.
Okay. At the park.
I think it's called Truffles at the Park. It's like a 5-minute walk from Walking Road.
Okay.
Man, listen
I'm
here.
gonna look for it.
The truffle fries. The truffle fries. We went there. We went there because they use real truffle. We went there, and my wife ordered the fries, and I said, I don't want none. I'm good. When she got them, I took one, and I'm like, oh my God. Can I get a couple more of these? It was like that.
Wow. Yeah. And usually I don't like truffle fries, so I'm curious to know whether or not it'll be what it need to be.
It's the real deal. All right, I got one more question for you that you couldn't answer. You probably thought I forgot about it. But I didn't.
Talk to me.
The slang.
So I would say that in Atlanta, right, we call people shawty. Like that's a thing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a go-to thing. However, it's not a thing in Tampa. In Tampa, they say jit. And I had to like learn like what jit? What is a jit? Like I've been so I'm like, huh? And I would say shout it. It'd be like, no, we don't say that. I heard about it in the song. But so like that's how you interact with people. Like that's the thing, as opposed to New Orleans, because I spent a little time over there during school, and they would say shawty or not sorry, they would say baby. Hey, baby. I'm like, whoa, a grown man saying this to me. Hold on, now what you trying to say? But then I realized it was the culture. It was the culture. It was the way.
I went to school in Brunswick, Georgia.
Oh,
right outside of Jacksonville. So it was a lot of students that was from Jacksonville and the surrounding areas and outside of Atlanta. And I heard the term jit, and I didn't know what it was.
What's a jit? What is that? Right. What school did you go to outside of Brunswick?
It was a job corps I went to, a trade school, corps I went to.
Okay, gotcha. I only asked because I went to school at Valdosta State University for like 2.5 years, and that's not far from Brunswick, that southern Georgia area. So I was wondering if you was gonna say that, but yeah.
No. You know what? I said that was my last question. I got one more, and we got to go because Nikki is doing the podcast. Unless you got questions for me, we can stay on. But Nikki's doing the podcast at 8:00, and y'all go ahead and watch her. But listen,
that's it.
You're we the same Black Americans here. What is the strangest way someone approached you to buy something? Let me give you an example because you understand. Like today, for instance, I was in the mall and I'm very tall. So the first thing the guy said, "You play NBA basketball?" I'm like, "No, I wish I would have." "You American, aren't you?" I'm like, "Yeah." "Where you from?" I said, "I'm from Texas." "Well, come over here and buy this right quick." That's how
they way in.
They start right. So do you have anything like that happened to you yet?
No, I haven't. So I don't have the standout ability that you have with the height. So I'm pretty average.
You're the same size.
Yeah, I'm saying. Yeah, so it's like, no, I haven't. I'm even trying to think hard, like, because I'd be like, I'm hard on the like focus on what I'm doing, and you know what I'm saying, not entertaining too much, keeping my head on the swivel. So no, I haven't had one yet, but now you're gonna have me looking. So part 2, I'm gonna have to share an interesting sales tactic that came my way.
Yo, it happens to me all the time. These two people came to me today. I was on one side of the mall. This one guy walked at me and said, "Can I pray for you?" Yo, listen, that happened to me one time before in Danfern. The guy asked me, "Can I pray for you?" And after he prayed, he asked for some money.
Huh. So you could have started with that. I mean, hold on. We can't blaze by the fact that it's happened twice to you, and it's happened to me.
No, this is the third time. So it happened once. It happened one time in Danfern and 2 times today.
2 times today. So what was your continence today? Like, were you walking around looking defeated? What happened? Did the dogs do something they weren't supposed to be doing today? Like, what happened?
I guess I think people might think I'm in need for healing. I don't know. I don't know.
You limping? What's up? Talk to me. Because I could pray with no cost. But at the end of the day, like it happened twice. It's happened twice today. And so
twice today.
That's interesting.
Twice today.
I haven't had that.
Can I pray for you?
Yeah.
And I'm like, how much you gonna cost me? How much you gonna cost me?
Because now I know. Now I know. Prayer has a cost. It has a fee here. You know what I'm saying? But with me, there's no fee. Okay.
My wife said you need healing.
And see, there it is. There it is. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day,
you can't listen to her. You can't believe her.
Well, I mean, that should help me. That should help me. So she gonna say what's best for you, even if you don't want to hear it yourself.
I don't know, bro. But listen, man, this was fun, y'all. This was fun. Y'all go check out Nikki's channel. She's on live right now.
Facts.
So we got 54 on live. Please like, subscribe, share on both channels. And 54 people should go straight to Nikki's channel. Even though I don't like Nikki like that, that's still my sister. You know, just because you don't like, she's my sister and I don't like her. Brother and sisters fight all the time.
That is true.
You know,
that is true.
So,
and she back.
Bro,
it's been a while since she's been on YouTube, so I'm happy that she back too.
She's yes.
Mm-hmm,
I appreciate you being on, man.
Yes, thank you for the opportunity.
Do this again one day.
Facts.
Peace out. Change the narrative.
Right, brother.
Later, bro.
Yep.